Right, and good evening. Welcome then to the final race of Season 4 of Assetto Corsa on FTRL. It's 2 hours of Bathurst tonight, so I frankly couldn't be bothered doing qualifying and the race, so we've just got the race, which is starting in a moment. They join us as they do the formation lap around the top of the mountain there. That music for home was a fine choice that I could find from the YouTube free playlist, and it just fills in and makes it look like the stream is actually doing something other than just being a flat picture. So that's the joy of that one. So in terms of grid order, 13 cars tonight. City Posh Blue took pole position as we start in the middle of the night here. Blue Flag second, Brandon Glover third, our champion Mighty Iggy in the Nissan in fourth. Mitch Oakley, otherwise known as Artemis Tocco, on the standings fifth, Secrets sixth. Unsafe Release, who leads the second tier, is in seventh, Pagani eighth, Blue Mosquito in ninth. Cablo, who would be Unsafe Release's leading challenger, in 10th, Ponish Town 11, Lee Cole 12 and Junkie Sport 13. It's going to be 2 hours of fun for these guys around Bathurst. I'm sure they'll enjoy it very much. Oh, that sounds good, yeah, a little guitar jingle. Well, I was hoping for something like as epic as the F1 theme, but we couldn't really find anything that suited, so we thought we'd go with a little sort of blues jingle thing that we've got. Yeah, it passes the time. But happily, after my PlayStation decided to eject the disc just as I booted up, which is always a nice thing. I can't wait to switch over to the new PlayStation or PS5 once it sort of arrives and I've got some money and etc, etc. But until then, I'm stuck with this glitching old piece of rubbish. But it seems to do the trick for the most part, and I'll try not to be too mean about it lest it come back at me in the middle of this race. But we are about to go green then for 2 whole hours of fun around Bathurst.
Green light, green light.
And there we go, we're off. Blue Flag's got an absolute launch on the start. He got that one just right. Leads easily into turn 1. Brandon Glover was pushing. Oh, who's that gone round? Is that City Posh Blue gone round? Car 69 is not. That's Brandon Glover. He's had a big slide at turn 1 there. And let's see how everyone else is doing as they come towards I assume it's the mountain section. I haven't actually got the turn names with me. That's a lot of cars going side by side towards this corner. Let's see how it turns out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One seems to have got through okay so far. Good stuff. Cablo there. I'm hoping he took a sort of safe route through, because that's Unsafe Release. There's a big wobble. Hey, that's a good camera. Well done, game. I'm going to give it some credit. Usually the camera angles around here are horrible. That was a beautiful camera, and I hope to see lots more of it. Further up, let's see what's up. Someone went a bit wide there. Who is that waving around? Oh my, the camera's panning everywhere. And let's just see what's going on. Mitch Oakley chasing down Cripps. It's Pagani that was waving around. We've seen Pagani do some nice saves and things before. And down the hill for the first time. Everyone generally through. Looks like Brandon Glover's caught back up close enough. Yes, he has, to the group. Everyone then within a second, pretty much. I think this one down here is called The Chase, if I remember right, and that's not the one that's hosted by Bradley Welsh or whoever else it's going to go to. It's a great place to go side by side and then have a massive crash into the chicane. So let's just see what everyone does on the way into it this time. Cablo defends from Ponish Town, and looks like there's no efforts of side by side just yet, but always look forward to that one later on, as the little right hand kink just unbalances the car. If you're trying to go too fast, you catch the grass and then into each. Whoa, that was a late move from who was that? Iggy trying to get past City Posh Blue. Must have caught him out on the brakes a bit there. Now they're in a bit further back. Everyone's still plugging round, so there you go. 2 hours of cars all driving within a few seconds of each other. That's not going to happen, but it sounds like fun. Tonight's race, as I didn't sort of explain it in the qualifying as I usually do, is brought to you by Pepsi Max. Maximum taste, zero sugar. I couldn't be bothered having a drink tonight. I had enough last night. Easter and all that lot. Where it's better for the waist to not have too much. The heart and, well, frankly, the entire body. This isn't a health channel, it's a racing channel, so anyone that's eaten their body weight in chocolate this weekend, I absolute credit to you. No, I just went on that. You've just typed it. Oh, there's a car. Oh, wait a minute. Pagani's in the pits. Cablo's off. I've just missed all the. Oh no! What's happened to Cablo? Oh dear. That's not a moment he'll like to see replayed. So I will do that just in a minute. Just in case he has another one though. What do we think Cablo's given up on the whole thing there? Struggling to get it down the straight. That is a beaten up car. We're not even in the pit window. And into the wall again he goes. He's had a big moment. I probably should actually watch the race, but good old Cablo. That's a shame for him. But, yeah, some slight damage. That's one way of putting it. Let's see if we can find where he crashed into the wall. Ah, yes, there it is. We'll switch around and just watch this one because I know it's what he'd want. See, we're just trying to find out where he was. Where did we go? Oh, Cablo, that was it. Switched it round and he just turned into the hill and smashed into the wall and then into the wall again. And good fun to be had all round. So, sorry for that, Cabs. Let's see then actually what's going on in the race. We've still got an hour and 54 of good fun and good times to be had. And I'll try not to take the mick out of too many of the guys, but I can't promise anything. It's 2 hours after all. Can't be nice for that long. Five though actually might be putting up a good race. Let's see what City Posh Blue can do on this rundown. And side by side, little nudge on the wheel on the grass is always good. No, so the replays is literally just the screen that I was watching. So all I do is on OBS. I wish. No, on OBS you can set a replay buffer. And so you then set a shortcut and you just basically save clips of replays and then you just play them again. But I do have to catch the action as it goes. Yeah, there's no way of changing the camera or anything, unfortunately. Otherwise I'd probably do that a bit more. One day maybe they'll fix the spectator mode. I see Ponish Town seems to have found himself in a gap on his own, so he's looking to have a nice lonely race. So he's going to have a good look then at City Posh Blue as they come up the hill. Not really an overtaking spot up here, but if you want to launch one, that's always good for the cameras. Oh, that looks like City Posh Blue had an issue. Go on, Iggy. Let's just see a big move down the hill. Down we come. Fast left-hander, then another fast left-hander. Oh, City Posh Blue, get a wobble there. And this is the one, this is where you really launch one into it. But he's not gone for it this time, sadly. Little lefts, rights, and through the S's. I can't think why they named them that. They should have called them something else. But let's have a look a bit further back. Blue Mosquito has got Junkie Sport. The 3 McLarens 8, 9, 10 at the minute. That's Brandon Glover looking to try and get past Junkie Sport. Stick some pressure on him. So Pagani, so he must have reset, lost that lap and gone back. I assume then that there was a big incident between the two of them. Charging down there. Brandon Glover's got a nice run on Junkie Sport. This is the thing I was talking about as you go side by side into the right-hander. And they've managed to keep it very neat and tidy, he says. A Junkie Sport. Oh, I say you take it neat and tidy. There's contacts. There's a big crash. Oh, that's a shame. And fantastic bit of commentator's curse. I'm so glad I'm here ruining people's races left, right and centre. Little 3-point turn then for Junkie Sport. He tries to get that stricken McLaren round and well, actually it's a lot of damage as well, which he won't really want to have to go and pit for, but yeah, he's not going to bother, doesn't look like. Just wait till the pit window. Up front anyway, we've still got Iggy ready to launch one. While they're doing that, let's just go and watch this this replay. I've just noticed it's getting to this point, so yeah, around the chicane. Oh, he put a bit too much of a squeeze on him there. Maybe that's just me. Any opinions, pop them in the chat. These front 5 are loving this. An unsafe release also catching up, so he's looking looking good for that Tier 2 championship. Unsafe release anyway, as his main challenger Cablo is a lap down and down in 12th. Yeah, 51's Junkie Sport, isn't it? That's a long way off, so let's see what these guys can all manage as they come charging down the straight. Great stuff though. 10 minutes in. It's getting closer and closer. Nice slide there from Mitch Oakley in the background, I noticed. Really giving it the Tokyo Drift treatment. Iggy then going to try and go around the outside of City Posh Blue. He's going to make that Mercedes as wide as possible around that corner. Not really much space to go there. Still going to have a look at it then into turn 1. That was where Iggy thought he got caught out before. And lovely, lovely line from City Posh Blue to just run it around the outside, keep the momentum and still keep going. He then pulls in front of C. Cripps. Some good busy action as we to the twisty part of the track again. Just see 5 cars really, well I'll say, we'll call it 4. I don't want to overstate things. Advertise anything here? Who's that getting lapped? Looks like Pagani's getting lapped. Well, I think there was 4, and so Felice is definitely catching on to the back of these guys. So maybe we'll have 5. Oh, he says as he goes a little wide in the background there. Up and over and down the hill, through the roller coaster. Tyre rules tonight. Can't remember what they were. Pop it in the chat or something, but let's have a look at the old announcements and find out. I know it's, as you can see on the screen, it's 2 mandatory stops. No, is there no pit window? I've not got a notification for a pit window, but Cabello has done one of his 2 stops that he has to do, so maybe it's just pit whenever you feel like. else. Still looks like Blue Mosquito's got... Oh, is that Pagani? He's just gone past, yeah. Scroll through, that's the noise I make when I scroll my Discord. Oh yeah, there it is. In fact, 120-minute race, no pit window, 2 mandatory stops for tyres and refuel. So actually any of those guys that had to pit earlier and didn't take on tyres refuel while doing repairs, that was a shame. They did have the chance. Cablo's called it a day. In the pits a while, but we'll see what happens. His top three rather, just split the gap then between Cripps, Mitch Oakley and Unsafe Release a bit more. Stick with these, because where all the action is at the minute. A bit further back we've got, that's Brandon Glover has got Lee Cole right behind him. He's in the right look here. I suppose strategy-wise, again, if it's tyres and refuel for both of them, then there's not really too much choice as to what happens. You just kind of want to pit and get the right tyre pressures, because we did start in the middle of the night and it's warming up already. It was 26 when we started, it's now 29. If I remember right, the drivers can't see that. To make life that bit more awkward, so you just have to look at your tyre pressures and have a guess, as any good race engineer has. Pepsi's going now very nice. I do still have a bit of Isla Jura left. May switch to in a bit. It's going on a bit further back. We've got Lee Cole. Oh, Lee Cole's got past Brandon Glover. It's that one. Mosquito and Junkie Sports. So these McLarens are all having a good race, if nothing else, as Brandon Glover pulls into the pits. So, oh, that's Pagani, isn't it? As yeah, the other McLaren was Junkie Sport, who got hit and spun. Yeah. At some point I'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, up to the front again, as these three are still 1, 2, 3. No one seems to be able to get a move on anyone. Iggy looks like he wants to get on with one. Just doesn't seem to be faster where he needs to be. Oh, excuse me. Gassy Pepsi. These guys, I'm what I'm going to call it, they've been far too cautious for a 2-hour race. You want to be really sending one early, try and ruin people's races, that's what I say. Practicing all week, looking forward to it. Take people out early. The other way, of course, is you might say if you're going to take a risk, you might as well do it early. Because if you're going to ruin your race, you might as well do it in the first few minutes rather than the last few minutes. So, bit of logic, you know, if you're going to destroy your race, get it done by 8:30 or something, and you can go off and do something else. We'll wait until 10:30 to find out your move doesn't work. Here I am lobbying for crashes. It's good stuff. This is what you miss on the F1 with Crofty and Martin Brundle. They seem to think racing should be clean. None of that here. City Posh Blue is going to have a look then at flag. 2 Mercedes, 2 Nissans, 2 Ferraris. Looking very much like a car track, this one. Mercedes, Nissan, Ferrari, Bentley, McLaren, Bentley, not Bentley, Ponish Town's in the Aston Martin. Doing so well, and Cablo has indeed called it a day. But like I say, you might as well get your crash out of the way early. He can go and do something else with his evening now. Not sure what a Newcastle fan does on a Monday night, but sure it involves Nuki Brown Ale or something else. Over the hill we go. Let's have a look then, just a bit further back. We've got a bit of a scrap going on with these McLarens. Yeah, you're not wrong. With Noah's Ark racing here. Perhaps Bathurst is the Circuit de Catalunya. That's always 2x2, isn't it? See what these McLarens are fancying. Or did someone just forget to turn on the bop? I don't think you can turn off the bop, to be honest. Pagani's giving him a good race anyway. Mosquito, can he get a good run? And heave one, that's what we want, a good old heave. Seems like a bit far back, which is a shame. Yeah, see? Far too defensive. Back up front then, the Noah's Ark at the front that we've got. If only there was another Aston Martin, we could see if that was the case. But opponent's down the lone Aston in this series. Perhaps that's what next season's rule should be, is that you have one of each car or something like that, or you know, everyone has to share things around. Maybe some kind of maybe a draft based on championship order, and everyone gets to pick which car they fancy. Oh, a bit of a wobble from City Posh Blue, but he got away with that one. Blue flag looked like he went a bit deep, so I think we are going to have a bit of a drag then between these Mercedes. Get in the slipstream. See if you can get any kind of run, get alongside and leave the brake into the last possible minute. Send it all the way across the gravel at the chicane. Here we go, they are going to look at it. City Posh Blue gets in front, hits the brakes, and he manages to make it stick, so a lovely move into the lead then. So it was Mercedes, Mercedes, Nissan, it's now Mercedes, Mercedes, Nissan. It's good to see some serious change at the front of this race. 20 minutes in. 100 minutes to go. I shouldn't have worked that one out. Anyway, we're all having fun. The McLarens are looking like they're going to have a race between each other. Pagani gets past Blue Mosquito just to unlap himself. A bit further back, just noticed there Mitch Oakley, C. Cripps and Unsafe for Release have just spread out, so perhaps their cars are just running out of the window. Track temperature is up to 30 and getting warmer and warmer. Noticed before that in quali, I think the track temperature was 46 by the time it got to the end of the session, so does anything like that sort of change, they'll be having all sorts of guesses for what tyre pressure to go with. But Blue Flag's got Iggy then to contend with, but his car looks like a bit of a handful at the minute. Not sure what the rules and start time of this race were, but while we're here, might as well go and have a look. Try not to miss anything while scrolling, but anything else happening in the race? Not at the minute. We'll let these guys scrap it out for a bit. He's not, unfortunately. He's still got 2 pit stops left. Has Pagani. I know what you mean though. If he had, he'd be looking okay. But no, his he's gone for a tyre change now. Oh, there's a car off. Who's that? That would be Junkie Sport getting out the way. I say getting out the way. I'm not sure how much he's got a choice of getting out of the way. That is one beaten up looking McLaren. I suspect he may have had a conversation with the wall, and the wall disagreed and came out on top of that one. That's looking pretty well beaten up. Not really pointing in the direction you'd want it to. Yeah, that's not gone well for him there. Anyway, as Junkie Sport recovers that one to the pits, we come back up to the front. Tyre rules. What was I doing? Time. Yes. So the race. Oh, the race started at 4 in the morning, and he's got 6 times, so it's going to go till 4 in the afternoon. So that should pick up quite a bit, temperature-wise. As Blue Mosquito comes in to do the first of his 2 pit stops. Oh, Junkie Sport's still struggling to get back. The car must be all over the place. So current time of day, I don't think it tells me anyway, does it? No. It'd be whatever 6 hours, half an hour, nearly 7 in the morning then. Wow, that is going to get hot. 30 degrees at 7 in the morning. Crazy in Australia. And in fact it was 26 degrees in the middle of the night for a 4 o'clock start. What a ridiculous country. Anyway. All that said, I'm sure we can enjoy some nice tyres burning up later in this race. The twists and turns. I expect City Bosch Blue just putting a gap on Blue Flag at the minute. As, yeah, unsurprisingly, Junkie Sports come in the pits. Mercedes has got nice pace down the straights anyway. And the guys that have just pitted are going to come out right in the middle of this battle for the lead. So that's all good fun. There's Blue Mosquito. Sport getting that damage repaired. Champion then, Mighty Iggy. Still looking to find a way past Blue Flag. Get close to approaching the quarter mark of this race. Well, that's the forecast, isn't it? It's telling me. Yeah, 1 hour and 5 hours, isn't it? Yeah, because it's usually 10 minutes. And oh, that's a big wobble from Blue Flag. Blue Mosquito. Oh, City Bosch Blues are off as well. What have they done? They've just given Iggy the lead. Blue Mosquito's off the track. City Bosch Blues had a big wobble. What's happened to the Mercedes? Someone shot the tyres out. Sniper! Sniper on the roof! Iggy takes the easiest lead he'll ever take. Strange goings on there as you see up the hill. There's Blue Flag has a big wobble on the way in, goes a bit wide. On the grass yet. Struggling to get it back then, and the car's just unbalanced, runs wide into the grass, and City Bosch Blue also pointing the wrong way as we come around, and Iggy just says thank you very, very much, that will do me nicely. So Toto Wolff will have just punched the desk in frustration after that one, and Blue Flag comes into the pits. That's probably heated his tyres up very nicely. Someone else is in the pits. Or is that still Junkie Sport? Yeah, it's Junkie Sport. I'm assuming has decided that's enough for him. Or he really did damage the car, but that would be sort of iRacing levels of damage to be in the pits for that long. So I suspect we're going to be down to 10 fairly soon. And now while the gaps are just spaced out a bit, we can have a look around at whatever else is in. I believe Mosquito was pointing the wrong way before. I wonder if he's damaged the car. Oh, he has, so he'll be taking his second pit stop very early. And I assume he's going to try and make 90 minutes out of the set of tyres. That could have him sliding around at the end of this race. He'll be the first one to do both his pit stops, I would imagine. There's blue flag just coming out the pits now. This is where you'd usually do a bit of a stats rundown or something, but I can't say I have them to hand at the minute, fortunately, so we'll just have a look around at some of the people going on. Let's go to Unsafe Release, the leader of Tier 2, having a good season. That car's looking a little bit more beaten up than I imagine he'd like it to after half an hour of this race. Yeah, nice looking red Ferrari for the most part. Left hand side of the car looks okay. Or the right. Whee, that's a little bit of a wobble. I'll try not to make that noise too much. And in fact, Unsafe Release decides that now is a good time to pit as the track temperature is up to 31 now. I think making an adjustment for the track temperature and the tyre pressures is going to be the key to this one. And in he comes for the first of two pit stops. Blue Mosquito didn't change his tyres at that last stop. He just got that damage repaired, so perhaps he thought that 90 minutes on a set of tyres would be a bit too much. And it wasn't worth the time to change them, getting that repaired. So he still has a pit stop to go. Oh, someone's off the track or is taking an awful lot of gravel. That was City Posh Blue. Obviously doing what he did when he spun. Down the hill he goes. Now if I do the old stopwatch at some point, we can see what the gap is. I'm pretty sure Iggy will go in the pits as soon as I do this, because life is like that. See where Iggy is relative to Blue Flag and how that gap moves. Where is he? Always coming up the up to the chicane. This was our champion. It's a shame that we're not going to see flying for home, of course, this week. Finding some other way to run him close towards near the end of the race and then crash and or disconnect. Always appreciate the way you manage to do yourself out of second place and potential wins anyway. City Posh Blues come in the pits. So Pagani, who's just starting to come up the hill, will be racing. Not Pagani. Blah. Blue Flag. Where is Blue Flag? There he is. So it's good up nice now. It looks nice. The track as the shadows start to stretch out, sort of coming over the mountains and over the horizon. See where Blue Flag comes out then relative to City Posh Blue, and no, well you wouldn't do. You keep crashing or disconnecting. So why would you want to win a race? It happens. There's always next season. Good performances considering. That's a big old slide from Blue Flag there. Good performances considering the Audi. It's not the strongest car in the field that we've seen. I know they have the balance of performance, but it's not always accurate, and I think the Audi seems to be a tricky one to drive. Wow, blue flag's come out way ahead, so I wonder if City Posh Blue had an issue getting in the pits or something, because he's come out miles ahead of him. Yeah, just while we're on that and I was chatting, I just completely forgot to check the gap between blue flag and Iggy, but who cares? What's he doing? Oh, he's coming out now. Blimey, that was a long stop. Suspect C Crips is going to be interested when he comes out the pits. Is that Junkie Sport? Is it just behind him? Yes. So we'll call this the strategic part of the race. Excuse me for having a yawn. Anyone doing anything particularly? So we're going to have a watch of Mitch Oakley in the other Nissan. There's 8 seconds up the track. He's Mighty Iggy. And we'll just watch that track temperature slowly start to increase. Excuse me again. But if I had to guess, probably the best time to pit would be... Yeah, it depends when the curve is, isn't it? But you imagine it's just going to get hotter and hotter as you get through the morning, so try and set a nice tyre pressure for the early part in the dark, and then as it lightens up, you probably want to do maybe pit maybe around an hour and then half an hour. I suspect just pitting after 40 minutes each time is probably not the best way, but we'll see. Always go back and do some fun analysis of these things. Iggy just stretching that lead over Mitch Oakley anyway, fairly comfortably. Polish Town is after pit stops up into 4th so far, but of course hasn't pitted. City Posh Blue has come out then 22 seconds behind blue flag. Wait, Polish Town's having a big off, massive crash. Oh no! Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that one. But, oh, he's careering everywhere. That's going to be another one that doesn't want us to watch that one again. Still, what people want and what they get are always very different. So here it is again, as Ponish Town comes up and over the hill. Misses that. Big slide. Big hit into the wall there on the left, right. Decent sized hit on the left. And then struggles to get that car pointing the right way. And he will be taking, I imagine, his first pit stop as we rejoin him coming down the hill. Yes, there he goes, coming in. That was great timing as ever to pop on board with someone just as they have a moment. And in he comes. Good times. I suppose that's always the other option on this track. What with it being quite, what's the word? Not sure. I wasn't going to go for difficult, but let's call it that anyway. You do find a few crashes, especially in a long race like this. A 2-hour stint's a good effort, so perhaps you just want to leave your pit stops until you do just smash right into the wall, and you can double it up and do your repairs at the same time as you're doing your tyre changes as required. Perhaps a bit of a too defensive one, but that tells you more about the way I race, I guess. The Mosquito will, looks like he lets C Crips past. So we're slowly getting through guys that haven't pitted yet. Secret takes a lot of chicane in that one. Chicane curb around the chicane. One day I will learn how to talk, but it is not this day. Mitch Oakley got a fair bit of time back to Iggy. I've just noticed in that last lap. He had stretched that gap out to over 8 seconds. It's now back down to 7.5, so perhaps the champion made a little mistake there. Coming down the hill is... Oh, wait a second! Blue Flag has decided to remodel the front of his Mercedes on the wall. And that's twice I've cut people. They're having a big moment, and Blue Flag... Oh, that's... Oh wow, that's a big crash. You can't turn the car, he's got no steering. He's done! Blue Flag is done! Now, I wonder if he'll just get that repaired and then come back out on track, giving up that lap. But that's a big shunt. And perhaps this is the time in the race when we're going to start seeing some issues as the temperature. Blue Mosquitoes had a huge crash as well. Another one. Oh no. Oh, this is great stuff. Has someone spilled some oil at the top of the hill there? No, I think it's what I was saying with the track temperatures. It's going to be so slippy at the top there if you've got overheating your tyres, and the track is now, I'm not quite sure how much hotter it is than the start of the race, but it's certainly a lot hotter. I think it may have been 26 when they started, so if it's 32 now and just warming up. Mosquito careers into the wall, and he looks like he's about done. Up front, Iggy and Mitch Oakley have pitted. That gap has really come down between, I suppose he's coming in the pits. That's Blue Mosquito popping back to the pits. Where's Carnival's Lee Cole? I feel like I just need to watch people as they come over the hill now, as it's got to that stage of the race. Let's go and then watch City Bosch Blue as he comes to what is certainly out to be a bit of a car graveyard at the top of the hill there. We've seen Ponage Town in the wall, we've seen Blue Mosquito in the wall, we've seen a few spins. City Bosch Blue spun up there as well. It seems like he's got through. Okay, this time Pagani makes his way through. Junkie Sport next up. He takes it on nicely, an unsafe release. He just looked like he feathered it a bit, but he's having a little slide. And through he comes nicely, but it's certainly getting tricky out there. Iggy then emerges in the lead with Mitch Oakley behind us, so that's the two Nissans. C. Cripps is in the pits now, but he's just coming out. There he is. Cole comes in for the first of his pit stops, and that's the last of the people that are taking their first stop. As the ever-warming track, and a bit of Ponage Town, look, he turned in too early then. As people's concentration just starts to fade a bit, maybe. But he makes his way through nicely. We'll just keep watching people as they come down the hill then. Not that I'm trying to find crashes, even though I am. Ooh, that's a lot of curb City Bosch Blue goes to take. Down and down. Got it nicely this time. All good stuff. So Pagani's coming next. Unsafe release. Looked like he took a lot of track there. Got through it. Nicely done from Pagani. It wasn't unsafe release. It was Junkie Sport behind him. Little wobble there from Lee Cole, but yeah, seems okay. Our blue flag is back out. So he did decide basically just to take the lap penalty, or whatever, however it works, and then come back out and go about it again. Damage repaired, gets back out. I'm not quite sure exactly how it works out, where it puts you back in, but I think it's just the lap that you started doesn't count. Possibly your out lap doesn't as well, but he comes out in 9th place. Still sliding around a lot though. Not quite comfy with where he's got that car set up now. Over the hill comes Iggy and Mitch Oakley, and that gap's starting to close down then between the two Nissans. The Mercedes seem to be a bit out of this one. City Posh Blue had that really slow pit stop, and flag had that smash into the wall that we saw. So what was Mercedes 1-2 certainly isn't now. Here we go with that Mercedes. Big crash there, City Posh Blue. Again, that Mercedes not liking these warmer temperatures. Track temp 33. And 51 is off as well. Is Junkie Sport, and that's a bad place to crash. He's going to have to try and 3-point turn that before Lee Cole comes round. Top of that hill is starting to get very, very tricky now. So City Posh Blue will be taking his second pit stop probably. Yeah, in he goes. Yeah, blue flag's going to be the next one to try and come up to this sort of area of death, really, of the track now. Everyone's struggling. Not the time to be trying different lines. Oh no, is he going to get away with it? He is just. Going for a fastest lap or something, but like he struggled with that one. Car 27 is City Posh Blue. Oh no, he's having smashed his car up. He's now got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So the race is going from bad to worse for the Mercedes guys. Unsafe release. Let's see how he's managing it in that Ferrari. Very, very carefully. Seemed to be. Cole, who's was up in 5th, but I could have sworn I saw a Lee Cole come in the pits, but he's obviously not done something either. Didn't change his tyres or didn't refuel because he's still got 2 pit stops to go. That's a strange one. Oh, there's City Posh Blues round again. Oh, wait a minute. Is he going to stay out of the way? And that's Iggy coming through. Yeah. Mitch Oakley coming through as well soon. Mercedes not having a good time. Gap at the front then has come down a fair bit. It's now 3.3 seconds, so Mitch Oakley is starting to claw in the other Nissan. Could be an interesting race towards the end of this one as the track, as ever, continues to warm up. It's the one I'm looking for, and that's why, at least I feel that's why the sliding is happening at the top here, as Lee Cole has got Junkie Sport right behind him. He looked like he was being more cautious, and Junkie Sport had a bit of a wobble. Just to avoid the wall. Clip in and see a bit of a wobble there from Junkie Sport on the track there. What's going on? We got Pagani. Looks like he's racing City Posh Blue, or is he? Oh, he's having all sorts of trouble. I think Pagani is still being lapped, but got to make it as easy as possible. A little rake and a wobble as he comes around the top of the hill. Let's see if he's comfy with that car. Yeah, not bad, not bad. There's the other Mercedes. It's hard to know quite where the race is at now then. Front two is definitely Iggy and Mitch Oakley. See, Grips is in 3rd. Yeah, looking pretty strong for that one. Unsafe Release is a long way back then in 4th. That's been a fairly eventful first hour. Lee Cole is in 5th, but he still has 2 pit stops to go. Town is just smashing into the wall. See if he goes as he comes down the hill. Yeah, And he gets through okay, but he's got Mighty Iggy coming up behind him to try and lap him. City Posh Blues in the pits, so that makes life that little bit easier for Lee Cole. Junkie Sports off the track again. Yep, there he is. So they're all falling by the wayside now. Who was I going to look for? Look for Iggy. Yes. So Mitch Oakley's now 5.5 back, so possibly a mistake then from the chasing Nissan. Orange Town's after his little trip into the wall doesn't feel like the damage is needs repairing just yet. Down to 9. A whole hour of this to go. I thought that 89 car was going a bit slow through there, but doesn't appear to be. Let's have a look how this McLaren goes through. Through he comes then. Blue flag sliding his way through. Track temps start to rise a bit more. That gap between first and second is extended out to 6.5 seconds again. But really, it's a case of keeping your head now. You've got an hour to go and everyone's fairly well spread out. So other than Lee Cole, whose first pit stop didn't count for some reason. A shame for him. Of course, Ponage Town is back there. He's the other one that's really going to be challenging because City Posh Blues are a lap or two down and struggling a lot. And yeah, that track temp's up to 36 now. So I'm guessing it's going to be very, very slidey. Yeah, the TV going off's never going to be a good thing, Blue Mosquito. That's not going to help you see what's going on. I know a lot of these guys say they can drive with their eyes shut, but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to actually try and do it properly. I think we did see one of your crashes though. You know, it's fun to see these things. Round we come anyway. Let's go to Lee Cole. He seems to be taking these S's very, very carefully indeed. Yeah. Oh, you say very cautious. That's why. It's just a little mistake there. Just carries a bit too much speed, and all of a sudden you're worrying about going into the wall. Then he's having a strong race, is Lee Cole. Back to blue flag. Yeah, the gap between Iggy and Mitch Oakley up to 8 seconds again now, so maybe some issue perhaps. Mitch Oakley hit the wall with damage in that second Nissan. Yeah, well, I made the case early on with Junkie that if you're going to go for a move, you might as well, because car 92 is C Cripps is off the track. If you're going to go for a move or something, you might as well sort of go for it early in a 2-hour race, because you don't want to get to an hour and 50 and then have your race ruined, because you just waste your evening. You might as well ruin an evening. The City Posh Blues off the track now. What's going on around there? That's absolutely killing the cars there. Yeah, you might as well, if you're going to crash, you might as well do it early. You're going to send one for a big risk, but Go and find something else to do with your evening. City Posh Blue's having a nightmare. Oh, that's as Mitch Oakley's in the pits, so yeah, I wonder if he had a. Does his car look a bit damaged? No, it must be a little bit, but maybe he just really needed to change those tyre pressures. His tyres are overheated. It's getting warmer and warmer. We saw C. Cripps off, but he's not too damaged. He's unsafe release. Lee Cole then. Yeah, still with his 2 pit stops to go. Bouncing it around, but gets through nicely. Blue flag chasing him down. So the Niggy's going to be the next to come through the car killing section. But of course, as champion, he's going to just get through fine, no problems. So look at Ponish Town's Aston Martin. Through the left-hander, whip it back to the left. Oh, little crash into the wall there. Mechanics are going to be crying tonight, having to get these cars fixed again. C. Cripps says, he's taken a lot on the way in, but manages to rescue it nicely. Pagani has done both his stops. Mitch Oakley's done both his stops. Starting to get towards that part of the race then. Safe release. He's going to be the next to take on this bit of track, which has claimed so many that I'm basically just focusing on it. There are other corners to this track, of course, but these are the ones where everyone's crashing. So.
We're at the halfway mark.
Look at that, halfway in. We've got an hour and we've got one. Oh, he's sliding a bit. But he's got it back. Coming over the top, ooh, excuse me, Lee Cole. That blue flag just coming up behind him. Try to keep it nice and controlled. Yeah, it does a nice job there. And blue flag coming in. And then, actually I wanted car 18 is Mitch Oakley, isn't it? It's, he's going through fine, and then there's Mighty Iggy. See how Pagani's then doing. There's Ponish Town, for some reason it's held on to him. From left to the right, Pagani takes it on very nicely. Ponish Town has a little wobble on the way in. Gets it slowed down. Nice recovery there. Further up we've got that racing each other. That's car 94, so Lee Cole's going to try and do his first pit stop. As blue flag takes a fair bit of curb on the way in. Cripps makes his way through, yeah, that's fine. So we can see then what's going on and maybe try and get a feel for what's happening in the championships. Well, Lee pits, so championship standings. So obviously Mighty Iggy is the champion of season 4. It's looking good for blue flag to be second. Pagani's third place may be under challenge though from Tocco. Let's see, and other people not scoring points then. You've got Blue Mosquito flying for home, Brandon Glover. So Ponish Town will be, if he can stick through it, scoring some points and possibly jumping up to 5th in the championship. As he's on 122, and three there ahead of him are only 127, 123 and 123, so that'll be a lovely showing there from Ponage Town to come 5th in this championship after that great win at Spa, of course. The best of the conditions. In the 75-minute race around Spa, that was a great result for him. City Posh Blue struggling still with that car. Oh gosh, he's not having a good time. It's Pagani. So Lee Cole, oh no, Ponage Town, I've just come to him. Is he going to keep it at the wall? He is. He's just turned in a little bit too much. Caught the wall on the inside, but managed to rescue it. So Lee Cole did get that pit stop to count this time. And he came out in 6th place. C. Cripps then, and Lee Cole, who we saw then. Track temps up to, oh no, he's at the wall, Lee Cole, after all that effort. He smashed into the wall on the way down the hill. Track's getting up to 40 degrees now. Let's go and watch Unsafe Release as he comes up to this graveyard. And in fact, his Unsafe Release will be your, probably, if he's careful, he should be still, I think. Yeah, it's got plenty of room. So Unsafe Release will be your Tier 2 champion. Even if he does, he sort of squeaks his way through there this time. Even if he does have any incidents, because the gap between him and Lee Cole, who's the next behind him, is 56 points, I think. So that's too much to make up in one round. This is just single points. It's not double points or anything this race. There's blue flag. Mitch Oakley making his way through and down the hill. Chased by Mighty Iggy, who may well to try and lap the other Nissan. It obviously it won't count after Iggy has his second pit stop, but always a little something you can just rub someone's nose in it a bit as Pagani comes through now. Back then to Ponage Town. Currently running 5th. He will be the other side of the track to Unsafe Release. 5th is probably where he'll be aiming to finish. He's got Lee Cole, of course, in competition with him. There's a little mistake there on the way into the I don't know what that curve is, but potentially the hairpin before the big straight. Secret's coming through, and next up Lee Cole, who we saw just hit the curb a bit too much on this side, because he went flying across into the barrier all the way out. It's back to Unsafe Release as he comes up the hill. He will be your Tier 2 champion. Other people in this Junkie Sports is not finishing, so in fact Unsafe Release and Lee Cole are the only two of Tier 2 that will be, well, they've got a chance of scoring points. Been a race of attrition for Tier 2. So as ever, it's preferences for what people want the next season, Season 5, to look like in terms of car allocations and points and so on. Race formats and essentially how do you stop Iggy? That's the new one. Perhaps we need a Sweeney if he's still racing and planning on doing it. But there's certainly some competition there. Now with the bop and everything, you can't exactly nerf someone. Can't stick him in a rubbish car, but there are some cars on this I think that are better than others. So perhaps some kind of car draft maybe, or yeah, people at the back get to pick their preferred car, and you can only have so many of them in the series. I'm not sure how many different types of car there are in this game, to be honest. I don't really know why I'm watching people as they come through this part of the track. This is where the action is. Secrets, yeah, he took it very close to the wall on that one. He called, I think he's going to rescue that one. Yeah, he has. We really have stretched out around the track. 50 seconds between Crips and Unsafe Release, who's in third place as it stands. Of course, he has to pit, and you would imagine would go behind Mitch Oakley. And I wonder if people are actually hitting the wall there, if that's just my connection. He's definitely hitting the wall there, though. That one's not a lag spike, that's just a Ferrari in the wall. So a bit of damage then for Unsafe Release. How well did he recover it? Is it too damaged? Is he just going to pit? And track temps are up to 42 now. Will he just be getting that damage repaired and back in the pits for his final pit stop, tyre change, and everything else as Iggy makes his way through. Looking very neat and tidy. City Posh Blue coming up to the section of death. Ins and outs, and then on to Pagani. Top of the hill, really catching a lot of drivers out as I was about to flick away, but Pagani's had a little slide, but I think he's recovered it. Yes, he has. Ponish Town as he comes through. Avoids the outside there where Unsafe Release got trapped into it. He takes it so tight to the inside there on the way in. Through he goes, Secrets in the Ferrari that didn't decide to redecorate itself on the wall. Can't be too much damage though, as Unsafe Release is still driving out there. He calls McLaren. So he just struggled on the way in, and looks like he's recovered that one. Yeah, having all sorts of fun of people doing that one. Right then, as we, because of that big gap, of course, between Unsafe Release and Lead Colt, we are seeing a lot more of Unsafe Release as he makes his way up the hill. Perhaps I may get a track map up and we'll just watch a lap with Iggy in a bit. Keeps it much tidier this time. At least on the way into the S's. Yeah, keeps it tidy there. Blue Flag is the next to take on this section. Makes his way in nicely. Yes. It all looks neat and tidy. Oh, wait a minute. Mitch Oakley is sliding. Can he recover it? Oh, that looked ropey. That looked very ropey indeed. Iggy, of course, looking very neat and tidy. Yeah, the car just gets so unbalanced, and the weight just goes all over the place. And if you get it in the wrong place, it's so tricky. You're just in the wall. Some other people to watch them for. We've got Crips. They're going to have his next go at the section, which, if I bring up the track map, then we can have a lap with Iggy, your champion. Ponish Town is in the pits for his next pit stop, and Iggy then starting his 35th lap in the lead of this race through the first one, interestingly called Hell Corner. I feel like the Hell Corner is rather the other end of the track, the way it's been going for everyone tonight. Then down the mountain straight. A couple of big long straights on this track. Not that it gets too much in the way of slipstream in these cars. Turn 2 is Griffin's Bend, a nice right-hander. And then this is where it starts to get very, very busy in terms of turn. So turn 3 is the left-hander, and then turn 4 is the cutting. And a big loop up is turns 5 and 6, the right-handers of Quarry Corner. And you then start to do your little left-hander. So I think we're into left-hander 1, 2, and then possibly 3 yet. Yeah, then we've gone through turn 9, yeah, onto Sulman Park up to McPhillamy Park. It's turn 10, then it's 11, Skyline, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, that's through the S's and the Dipper. Little left-hander, right-hander's 17, then 18 is Forest's Elbow. That's how fast they come at you. A little left-hand kink, which is barely a noticeable corner, but that is turn 19. And then onto the Conrod Straight. And there's a nice big drive all the way down Conrod Straight up towards what is turn 20. Again, not too bad when you're on your own, but if you're side by side with someone, it's tricky. And then 21 and 22 is the Chase, which is this little left-right chicane. And then towards the end of the lap for Murray's Corner, turn 23, and that is a lap of Bathurst or Mount Panorama Circuit, however you want to call it, with your leader and champion, Mighty Iggy. Very nicely done indeed. And you can see he is then catching up to Mitch Oakley. That leaves us with 45 minutes to go, and Lee Cole having his second pit stop. Town has had his, and everyone's just, the track is getting warmer and warmer. 44 degrees. At whatever time in the morning it is in Australia here. Once Safe Release makes his way down the hill. Through, turns 11 through 18, and they come at you thick and fast. And there we go for a bit Oakley. And then coming up behind him, Mighty Iggy, who we just saw make his way through all these turns. City Posh Blue is sticking with it. He's certainly had a few incidents. We've seen him crashing, spinning, pit lane speed limit penalty. He's rather done it all for us this evening. Sticking with it, and we are with 43 and a bit minutes to go. As it's worth mentioning, the shortest races in this series have been 50 minutes, so if this was one of the shorter races like Misano or somewhere, this would be we'd still be in the early laps, but as it is, we're 35 laps in. Quite a challenging, let's say, season closer, season finale here for season 4 of Assetto Corsa. Where's anyone come out? So Lee Cole's come out 27 seconds, behind Ponish Town. It is much what the gaps were before the pit stops. Blue Flag is on the same lap then as Lee Cole, 10 seconds back, but does have the pit stop to do. I think, of course, between Pagani and City Posh Blue and Blue Flag, not really sure, to be honest, where they all are relative to each other. I'm not sure if the timetables, whether that's going to help me out much, not really. I've had more useful bits of data. There's blue flag catching up then behind unsafe release, but of course this is not for position. Blue flag looking very quick now. Ferrari, perhaps unsafe release has damaged that one a bit too much because he's got very little straight line speed and not much straight line control either. So perhaps unsafe release will be looking to do his final pit stop in a moment. You would hope. Oh, is he going to get through? He is. Blue flag just blasts his way past. No pit then for unsafe release yet in what is a fairly beaten up looking Ferrari, which is pulling quite nastily to the right there as well. Blue flag's gone straight on. What's happened to blue flag? He's just missed turn one. What's he done? He's had all sorts of pace there. He's just gone straight past unsafe release and then gone straight past turn one. Bizarre. The hill, let's watch unsafe release then. Strange incident then for blue flag. This is quite the paint job on the Ferrari. The left-hand side of that car still looking majestic though. He's doing a great job keeping the left-hand side of the car out of trouble, but the right-hand side, not so much. Round we come then. Onto the grass again. It's not where you want to be with a damaged car. Seems like he's made his way through fairly neatly. Oakley is just 5 seconds behind unsafe release. That is for position. But of course unsafe release has to pit. No, I didn't save that clip unfortunately for blue flag. So City Posh Blue's in the pits. Just keep an eye on unsafe release, see how he's doing that. The gap between him and Mitch Oakley is really coming down. I'm surprised he's not pitting to get the tyres and repair any damage. But, oh well. Things you learn. Anyway, C Crips. We'll watch this Sky Ferrari. I suppose while we're on replays, let's go back and watch Ponish Town have an incident. We'll just enjoy, a bit wide, big smash in the wall there, and then one over to the left as well, just to balance the car out. I see Mighty Iggy has decided it's time to head to the pits, so he's having his second stop now. See Cripps staying over to the left, so he has also decided that now is the time to pop in the pits. Yeah. Yes, we had a couple of incidents early on which was dark, wasn't it? Yeah, this was one of them. We can all enjoy the pain of what happened to Cablo early on. Turned in a little bit too early into the wall, big spin, and that was 5 minutes into the race. Not what you want to be doing early on. Just the way it goes sometimes. So where are we on track then? So Iggy leads by an incredibly long way from Mitch Oakley. That's not even close. So, Iggy, well, I'd say barring any incidents, but I mean, even with incidents, he'll take some to really smash that car up to throw this one away. Looks like further back we've got Bonage Town has got Blue Flag catching up to him. Not that it's any of it's for position, of course, but oh, in fact, Blue Flag and Pagani is for position. I've just seen that one. They're less than a second between each other now. So we're actually going to have a bit of a race for position. Bonage Town making its way through, but these two are racing for position now. Track's up to 46 degrees. That is sort of tyre meltingly hot. Safe Release is pitting, and he's the last of everyone to do their second pit stop. So 9 guys left of the 13 that we started with, and I'm sure after sort of Blue Flag's bizarre excursion turn 1, he's now got a Pagani to deal with. So it's Mercedes against Bentley. Now Bonage Town is coming through, but I wonder if... We'll see. I'm not sure if he's actually racing on Safe Release here on the exit of the pit lane or not. There is Unsafe Release. We'll just see when they go through Sector 1 whether that's actually for position or not, or whether Unsafe Release is quite comfortably in 4th place. Blue Flag's going to want to overtake Bonage Town as soon as he can, because he's got that Bentley bearing down on him that he doesn't want to be racing against. And indeed, yes, that is it's fairly safe on 4th place for Unsafe Release, because of course he'd be nearly 2 minutes ahead of Pagani. Bonage Town at this point. Flag having a bit of a slide as he's trying to make his way up. God, 47 track temperature now. Look to anyone that didn't correct the tyre pressures. Down the hill we go anyway. Oh, little incident there for Blue Flag. Little slidey. Oh, Pagani looked like he took a heck of a line through there. Yes, he did! Pagani into the wall. Just overdid it on the way in and plonks himself into the wall. That'll ease the pressure on Blue Flag. I wonder if Pagani will get that fixed, because I assume he's got a fairly good gap over City Posh Blue, who's been all over the place in terms of damage and walls and whatnot. So Blue Flag then still trying to make his way to unlap himself on Bonage Town. Whoa, he says that is the contact. That was a big wobble. I think they avoided each other. Mr. Martin giving it a fair bit there. And is he letting... I think he's letting Unsafe Release through. Yes, he is. Thank you, wobble there. And Pagani is getting that damage repaired from that incident. So, Iggy with just over half an hour to go for the 41st time, comes down the hill, and nice and neat for Iggy. It's looking nice and calm. However, these guys who've had all sorts of incidents, we've seen each of them, I think, have a fair crash. Blue Flag gets very sideways off the curb. Oh, they're very, very close to each other. Down the hill they come. You don't want to get too close, just in case someone ends up sideways. Give yourself a bit of a chance to react, especially if you're not racing for position. They're okay for now. Sea Crips. He makes his way down very neatly indeed. Former champion, of course. Won, I think, 4 out of the 5 races in season 3. Not quite as much success in season 4. I think he had to miss a few races for various reasons as well. But having a nice race in second place in that Ferrari. Let's go back with blue flag and unsafe release. May not be racing for position, but I'm sure they'll want to have a bit of fun. Half an hour to go. 48 degrees on the track. That's it's almost getting to like the glitch where it's sort of 700 degrees. Again, could get very slidey for someone if you've not got your tyres right. All seems okay though for Pagani. Just looking very nice and neat. Down the mountain. Not going to start singing. That's not what I do. Looking forward to the jingle Flying Foam will be providing me for the mid-race. That's blue flag still looking like it's getting a bit wobbly. All sorts of fun. Oh, Ponish Town going very carefully through there. Grip's doing a nice job. Cole's got Mitch Oakley coming up behind him to lap him. It's a lot of grass, but no problems there. Make it nice and easy for that Nissan to come up and... yeah, there he goes, pulls out the way. That allows the Nissan to just drive past. A nice job. Our City Posh Blues doing was on pole. But yeah. Not quite had the race he would have hoped. Blue flag got an absolute run on him early on, and then we've had a few spins, and he did take the lead of the race back actually. Then we saw the 2 Mercedes do synchronized spinning. I wonder if I could just find the replay of that one. Is it that one? Yes, it was that one. So we flick back and enjoy. This was the blue flag got a bit on the grass, went wide, and this was when Iggy took the lead of the race because the 2 Mercedes decided that they'd rather be pointing the wrong way. So one of the easier overtakes that Iggy will ever do. And on blue flag. Safe release coming behind him. Ponish Town 5th. Going well considering the damage his car's had. I'll stay in there. Oh, bump on the wall again there. It's mainly about just staying in the race. Something like this as he sort of wobble on coming out the turn there, but I presume he's going to let Grips past. Track temp's 49. Air temp 38. God, that's more than you'd care for. Certainly not what it is today. What is it today? Started off snowy and finished off about 6 or 7 degrees with biting cold winds. Horrible weather here today. So yeah, not 38 degrees. Oh, Pagani's taking a different line through there. I'm not sure what's going on with Pagani. He's another collision with the wall. That was going to be what kept us going race-wise, but unfortunately, a little issue, and so now we're back to. We'll say for Release is having a little off-track excursion. Where is he? Yeah, missed that one. Just spin it and point it the wrong way. Seems okay, and like I said before, he's got certainly plenty of time to Ponish Town, because Ponish Town has been lapped by him, hasn't he? So he's a lap and a bit ahead. So he's certainly got plenty of time in his pocket to just take a very steady run and come home in 4th place. Oh, Mitch Oakley's in the wall! Just as I was looking around, and that's going to be a bit of fair bit of damage then for the Nissan. Just came to him at the wrong point. Didn't really see what he did, but giving himself a fair whack of damage there. How much time does he have? I think he's got plenty of time ahead of Unsafe Release to just pop in and get that fixed. If he can. In he goes, yeah, there goes Mitch Oakley. See what the gap is between the two of them. An Unsafe Release course around there, but I'm not sure if he's actually been lapped as well. Keep an eye on how Unsafe Release does. This is around the bit where he was pointing the wrong way last lap. Takes a... Oh no, that's a big smash into the wall. The Ferrari engineer's not liking the look of that one. That would explain the damage to the paintwork on the right side of his car. Gosh. 92. Oh, 10's looking a bit. Yeah, that doesn't look like a car that's going very nicely either. No, it's not, I don't think. It's just, yeah, it's fairly well beaten up. But, oh no, yeah, it's not turning the way you want it. So Ponish Town has had an incident earlier on in the track as well. And that 5th place, which was looking fairly solid, he's hit the wall, and Lee Cole then will be looking to inherit that. As that looks like he's going to have to come in and get that fixed. You can't keep that pointing straight. So it's not the traditional line, that one, but it's effective. If your steering wheel's not working, yeah, why not? Why not do that? As Mighty Iggy has lapped Pagani, I noticed at the top of the hill there. And so Lee Cole will be coming in to inherit 5th place. Keeping that McLaren out the wall as best he can. So on track then, just seen it flick up that unsafe release leads Mitch Oakley. Oh, we may have a little scrap between these two for the final podium position. Ferrari, well, maybe we won't. I don't know. I thought I was going to just jinx it by having him smash it in the wall. Oh, wait. Oh, Mitch Oakley took a very wide line there. Where is he? Oh, he's still coming through. That's okay. He's got C. Cripps coming up behind him to lap him. And there's the gap, which is, well, it was 3 seconds. Let's see what it is when we get to the next bit. Bridgetown still getting that car fixed up. And the gap is 2.1 then. So they may have a nice little scrap for us to enjoy. Cole then just taking it very easy at the top of the hill. No reason to risk anything for Lee. 5th place certainly looks to be fairly nailed on to be his, as Ponish Town is still in the pits getting that fixed. Very expensive crash for Ponish Town there. Didn't see it, but you saw the outcome of it. So the gap between unsafe release and Mitch Oakley, 1.3 seconds as they come across the line. Oh, how's everyone doing? Mighty Iggy just coming to the top of the hill. The few we've not seen decide to deposit some of his paint on the wall. Perhaps he'll give us a generous helping at some point in a bit. Leads by a very long way. No, they are 51 seconds. In fact, he's popped up as his lead. He's just about in the same sector as C. Cripps. And there it goes as they come across the timing line. Unsafe release and Mitch Oakley are going to have a bit of a scrap with 20 minutes to. Well, they're not going to have a bit of a scrap because unsafe release has done a wonderful spin. Great recovery. Yeah, really treated us to a nice 360 there. Great stuff. And that will allow Mitch Oakley back into 3rd place. So at the minute that's Ponish Town then, yeah, right behind Lee Cole. Away from that, I didn't really want to. So the track is up at 50 degrees now. Ponish Town looking like he really wants to get on with it behind Lee Cole. Get that position, well, not position back, but just get the lap back on him. That's looking like 7th place then for Ponish Town, barring any other incidents, because blue flag is on the other side of the track. Keeping it nice and cautious. Oh, Lee Cole's decided to take that scenic route, and that just allows Ponish Town, just makes it nice and easy for him. No pressure then to let him back through. And who's where then? And while we're doing this one, we can enjoy unsafe release, giving us a beautiful. Okay, it's nice. Gets the car out there, allows him through, spins, keeps it out the wall, tidies it up, and then carries on. It's just a lovely, lovely move, really. I think we can all appreciate that as spin of the day. Keeping it nice and tidy. No incident to be had there. Seemed like he was coming back from pointing the wrong way again, to be honest. But 50 degrees track temp. It's obviously not working very nicely with as into the wall he goes again. That Ferrari's tyres. Mighty Iggy continues to lead, and very comfortably so. No let up, despite having a lead of nearly a minute now. Just keeps blasting his way through this circuit, and as you might, you don't want to ease off. Take it easy. You got to keep your concentration going. We're an hour and well, I say that was like a bit of a wide line as he just he keeps it controlled. Unsafe releases, then pits. So I wonder if he's got too much damage. So he comes. Noticing damage take quite a while to repair. So we'll see where Lee Cole can go. I don't quite know what the gap is between him and unsafe release. Perhaps there might be something in there for him. Blue flag coming down the hill, giving it everything. And across to Mitch Oakley, we saw him have a bit of a crash into the wall before, getting a bit slidey on the way in again there. See Cripps bearing down on him. So Iggy goes through again. This is now then his 50th lap. Unsafe release still in the pits. Getting that taken care of. And just pop on Lee Cole. And the unsafe release is now on the way out. So plenty of gap there between him and Lee Cole. Probably doesn't want to have another big incident though. Not that that's really the driver's choice. No driver, of course, would choose to have a big incident. We might do if you're rage quitting, I guess, but in general, you wouldn't choose to have a big incident. Who should we watch then? Let's just watch the unsafe release as he comes out the pits. Tries to get those tyres warmed up. 39 degrees, beautiful day at Bathurst. Hope those spectators have got their sun cream. And so this is a round where we saw him do that beautiful 360 pirouette move. Keeps it okay for now. And then down the hill. Ferrari, a prancing horse, galloping its way down. As we are now under 15 minutes of this season left. Give or take, depending on where Iggy is on the lap as he starts it. A very strong season for Mighty Iggy. Let's see if I can get the standings up. He has won 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last 3 races. This will be. Won Zolder first round, Kyalami round 4, and then Misano and Imola, and then tonight this will make it 5 out of 8 for him this season, so very strong performance from Mighty Iggy. Clearly found a car in the Nissan that he likes. And yeah, it's just done a great job. I'll watch him ponish down. He's giving us some entertainment through these sections at certain points. No pressure. Ooh, there he goes. Just hold on to it. Nicely done. Lee Cole doing a nice job in 5th place. So what City Posh Blue's doing as he comes down the hill. What was looking a very strong performance for the Mercedes earlier. So if you go back on the stream, we had one point. It went Mercedes, Mercedes, Nissan, Nissan, Ferrari, Ferrari. But the two Mercedes drivers have fallen by the wayside somewhat. Various incidents and crashes and slides and pit stop dilemmas we didn't necessarily see. He's just dropped them back, and almost predictably it was the Nissan of Mighty Iggy that took advantage of those incidents. And I suppose that's one thing it's worth saying really, is that as much as it does sound a very dominating season to win 5 out of the 8 races, and overall Pagani puts the indicators on to allow unsafe release past. Unsafe release gives him a little wave to say thank you, I think. Yeah, well, it does sound like a sort of big, strong and dominating season from Iggy. He hasn't always had it his own way. He's generally had to race fairly tight and just take advantage rather of others' mistakes. He doesn't seem to make mistakes that we've seen, and where he's been racing with others that may have had the pace on the day, he's often won out through excuse me, good racecraft and so on. So perhaps the pressure he puts people under is just too much and they crack, rather like you used to get with seeing Schumacher in your mirrors. But yeah, we are down to 10 minutes of this season to go. Giving it everything. This is lap 52 for him. Not for everyone. Various other people aren't at the same stage of the race. Safe release is coming up to the slidey section. Not that we want to put him under pressure, but there he goes, nicely done. Flick to Pagani. And next up, in fact, is Blue Flag, who they were separated by a second at one point later on in this race, but it looks like Blue Flag is catching up to lap him, I think. Yeah, so we'll just keep an eye on people as we come through. Less than 9 minutes to go. It's been an hour and 11 for these guys, plus the qualifying. Nice late night for everyone, nearly 10:30. Everyone go to bed nice and early. You're hopefully you had a nice bank holiday weekend, everyone, and we'll get back to work tomorrow. For quite a few of us, if you've got children, then of course they'll not be in school these next couple of weeks, so have fun with that. As Pagani looks like he's coming to the pits, he has. Yes, enjoy the joy of children. Perhaps make your plans to go to a pub or restaurant and eat outside, where possible. Hopefully the weather's nice for that. Nice to get people together again. Bonus Town getting together with the wall again. Not been his favourite part of the track, not been many people's favourite part of the track, that, to be honest. He's going to try and keep that pointing in the right direction, and Lee Cole will be getting that position, or not position, but the lap back on him. At the back you got City Posh Blue, has got Mighty Iggy coming up behind him, car 89. Oh, he's unsafe release. I thought his car was off the track then for a minute on the overhead. this time. Blue flag having a nice run there. 4th place. Let's just pan around and watch Mitch Oakley, who's in 3rd. Took it in a dramatic style, having had a crash, had to pit for repairs, came out behind unsafe release, who did that lovely 360 slide to allow him past. It's one of the more generous moves I've seen racers do to allow someone to get through. Was that on the grass? That was Mitch Oakley just taking a bit too much on the way out there. Bonage Town, who's he got just behind him now? Oh, that's Lee Cole, yeah. So we saw the two of them on the last lap, and we'll see how Bonage does with the damage that he's got, and 6 minutes to go. So I'm sure a few of them will be counting that time down now. Be about 3 laps, I guess. The weather, of course, has got 39 degrees temp, but the track is cooling down. Just the 49 now. We did get 50. And into the slidey section of death. And there's the Bonage Town having a big slide, just getting a little out of shape, manages to let Lee Cole past painlessly. Down the hill we've got Pagani and Mighty Iggy as City Posh Blue. As unsafe release approaches for the, well, I don't know what time it is for him, 50 odd anyway. Hard to keep up with exactly where everyone is in terms of laps. Plenty of incident. Blue flag down the hill. .38 degrees in the air, so sun cover coming in. I think it's getting towards 12-hour race, I think it was, so it'd be getting towards 4 o'clock rather, local time. So we've been through the hottest part of the day. And everyone can just enjoy, hopefully their tyres getting just a little breather from all that too. Look at all the cars at the... Looks like they're going to go for a formation finish by the look of it. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll treat us to a nice formation finish. Cole, nice then lead. As whoever that was just let Iggy catch up and go past. And Bonage Town is letting Pagani through as well. Yeah. Right them, City Posh Blue, who's had a few incidents but is sticking with it. Good to see. 9th. Faultless. To make the man crash. Come on, let's have some commentator's curse. He's still got a large enough lead. It's going to be a bit of a race as to whether C. Cripps could make the next time in line. I'm not sure if he'll be able to. That's about where the race is, as Iggy comes down towards the end of sector 2. C. Cripps, oh, he does make it. It's 57 seconds is the gap after 54 laps. So that tells you where the race or the pace is of Iggy. Just no competitor today for him. As the various incidents that others have had and damage and so on have just caused them all to drop off and drop away, as he's kept it nice and clean, barely even a scratch on the car. Disappointing to see. We don't see bits of Nissan splattered across the wall on the way down here as we have most other cars. There is a bit of Nissan, but it's Mitch Oakley's Nissan that we saw. And I'm thinking time-wise we've got this lap and depending on whether Iggy feels like it, he's certainly got plenty of time to slow down and just make this one the last lap. We'll see what he decides to do. He's got a lead of nearly a minute. He can quite easily afford to not force it. He can just ease off on the way down the Conrod straight at the end there and just enjoy the championship race win number 5 and a very, very solid and successful victory around this very tricky and treacherous circuit. I think that was the word I was looking for earlier, in fact. This bit at the top of the hill's been an absolute car killer. We've seen so many people hit the wall. There's a big gaggle of cars behind him. Let's just see how these guys are doing on the way through, but yeah, it's looking all very neat and tidy. Let's see what Iggy decides to do. We've got just under a minute now to go. So will he ease off, or will he make sure that everyone has to do that extra lap? Personally, I would ease off. I wouldn't be. After 2 hours, if I had a lead that large, I'd be just easing off, but I'm not sure he's going to. No, looks like he's going to keep going. 30 seconds to go, and Iggy is going to cross the line and make this one a 57 lap race. Through he comes.
Right,
Leader is on the final lap now.
Give it a final push.
So negative points to Iggy for not just milking the clock a bit there. As everyone else has to go and do another lap, and we're going to have to wait a very long time for C. Cripps, who is currently coming down the Conrad Straight to finish off this race. He will be the last finisher, unless of course Mitch Oakley has to let him through. But while we're on this one, then we'll see what's going on with Pagani and City Posh Blue, who are in fact racing for position after 2 whole hours of this. So got Bentley against Mercedes, suddenly out of nowhere having a race for this final position, 8th and 9th. So good on them. Someone managed to find each other on track. Well, we were going to have a race to the line. I thought Lee Cole was going to get collected. But anyway, that was a nice little small race we had going on there. But City Posh Blue just gives it a little bit too much. Oh, Pagani smashes it in the wall as well now. So we'll have to keep an eye and see what happens towards the end there. Can Pagani catch back up? But might as well just flick on to your race winner, your champion, and a very, very successful season 4 for Mighty Iggy as he comes across to the chase for the 57th and final time. A little left, a little right. We are 2 hours and a lot into this race. And Mighty Iggy, the only mistake he made was to cross the line for an extra time. But anyway, takes the win. Very solid and dominating win for Mighty Iggy. Pagani will be next to cross and he will take that 8th place. Despite that sort of late push from City Posh Blue, Lee Cole comes across the line in 5th. Great result for Lee Cole in that McLaren. Should be very, very happy with that one indeed. Further back then, Ponish Town will lead across, unsafe release and blue flag. It's them on a different lap. Ponish Town runs it a bit wide, unsafe release comes across. And blue flag does as well. Last 2 cars to finish then, we've got Mitch Oakley in 3rd place. The other Nissan having a solid race. I wonder if he'll allow C. Cripps to come through and they can formation finish this one. Doesn't look like it, so it's going to be Mitch Oakley leading C. Cripps. And we'll just flick and see where's Iggy. We're not going to be able to see him because he's on the straight. So, pans around. There he is. good solid win there, nearly a minute, 59 seconds. So that's the end then of Season 4. Iggy YouTube Champion will be back probably after a gap of a few weeks with Season 5. Not sure what the rules are. Of course, congratulations to Unsafe Release, who won the first edition of Tier 2. Done a good job there in that Ferrari, and yeah, so we'll see what happens in over the off season and in a couple of weeks to see what's decided upon for the next round or next series of FTRL's Assetto Corsa. So until then, everyone, of course, stay safe. Enjoyed your bank holiday weekend. Enjoy the pub with everyone if you're going again next week, and hopefully things will be as everyone's having a good drive around and doing donuts to end the season there in the corner we can see. But yeah, until then, hopefully everyone has some good times, some good slides. Nice little bump there for Unsafe Release to like City Posh Blue. Stay safe, and we'll see you next season. So hopefully everyone has a good time, and good night.